What's up, guys? Welcome back to Almost Functional 40K. Continuing our dive into the Pariah Nexus card pack. We're going to be looking at the secret missions and the pamphlet with all the rules that comes in the deck. This will probably be a really quick video. There's not a lot of secret mission cards. So for the secret missions, if at the end of there, I'm going to do the card pack first because it details all the stuff about the secret missions and all that in there. So we'll go ahead and just bring that up. All right, so a lot of this will be the same as what we had in Leviathan. Step 1, muster armies. Step 2, determine mission. Read the mission, place objective, create battlefield. Then we go into determine attacker defender. Sorry, this isn't letting me show you that part. So step 6 is determine attacker offender. Then select secondary missions. So everybody says secretly write down or whatever. Most of the time people just tell you I'm taking fix, I'm taking tactical show. But if you want to, you can do it more secretly. Fixed missions, you pick 2. Those are the ones you have for the whole game, unless you get the mission special rule adapt or die. Tactical, you draw the 2. You draw 2 at the beginning of the game, and then you draw 2. You draw up to 2 to make sure you have 2 in your hand at the end of every turn. You have the new order strat to discard and get a CP for them. And then, once you complete them, you discard them. Pretty much plays very similar to Leviathan, other than the new order strat can be used every turn now. It's not once per game. Then over here we got declare your battle formations, reserves, deploy armies. All that stuff is exactly the same as before. This back is where we'll start to get into some new stuff. Deploy units, determine first turn, begin battle, in battle, determine victor. All that's the same. Then right here, the VP source breakdown. You can get up to 50 for primary, 40 for secondary, 10 for battle ready, up to your 100 VP. All right, so this is where we get into secret missions. At the end of the third battle round, starting with the player who had second turn, if your primary mission VP total is less than or equal to your opponent's, you can choose to undertake a secret mission. If you do, secretly select one of your secret missions, place it face down. You cannot score more than 20 from the primary mission card, and the excess VP awarded is lost. At the end of the battle, reveal your secret mission card to your opponent. If you achieve the goal described on that card, you score VP as described on that card. So to do the secret missions, you have to either be tied or losing on primary. And then actions, I went over that a little more in depth in the secondary card pack, because that's where all the actions pretty much are. And then you just got designer's notes, some little things to help you see what the things on the cards are. So that's for the pack. Not much in there, except for we now actually have actions, and it describes how this secret missions work. All right, so the first of them, there's only 4 secret missions, and you're able to choose these, unlike gambits, and these seem like they'll be a little easier to achieve than gambits. So the first one is War of Attrition. 1 more battle line units from your army is within your opponent's deployment zone, and one of the following conditions applies. There are no battle line units from your opponent's army on the battlefield. Every battle line unit from your opponent's army that is on the battlefield is within your opponent's deployment zone. So you have to kill all their battle line or keep all their battle line in their deployment zone, which is hard to do. You have no control over where they put their models, and you have to have at least one of your battle lines in their zone. So if you're playing somebody who brought no battle line, which I've run quite a few lists, I know people do, and you have at least one, and this might be something you could achieve. So that might be a situation where you take this, or if they only had 1 or 2 and you did kill them. So there are definitely, it's a lot easier to achieve, has a lot of more potential than the Gambits did. The second one is Shatter Cohesion. Into the battle, there are no units from your opponent's army on the battlefield. So if you table your opponent, or they put stuff in reserve and then bring it in, you get 20 VP. Otherwise, every unit in your opponent's army that is on the battlefield wins 1 or more meets one or more of the following conditions. The unit is battle shot, the unit is below half strength, the unit is more than 3 inches away from all objective markers. This one, if you achieve all this, I would think you are probably going to be winning the game and close to getting 40 points on primary anyway. But I guess there are niche situations where maybe you think this would be the best one to choose. But I feel this one, if you're achieving this, you're probably going to get this many or more points on primary anyway. So I don't know why you would choose this one. But that is an option. And if you take a secret mission, your primary score is capped at 40 instead of 50. So I don't see this being an option all the time, but maybe in certain situations. The next one is command insertion. Your warlord is within range of one or more objective markers in your opponent's deployment zone that you control, depending on what you're running. Like if you're running knights, your big character knight, that could do that. A combat army, blood angels, world eaters, orcs, something like that, you might be able to achieve that. So this one, depending on your army, I could see being very achievable for some people. And then the last one is unbroken wall. You control 3 or more objective markers that are not within your deployment zone. So you're playing the ritual or something, this actually gets a little easier to achieve. So some missions you can do this, like you're playing the one where supply drop, where you have 6 objectives instead of 5. So certain missions, this is easier to achieve than others. But if you're in a situation where your opponent has played one of those lists that kind of walls you in, and they're holding you down on primary, because once you pick secondary, once you pick a secret mission, you can still score primary points for the rest of the game. You just can't score more than 20 regularly. So if someone's holding you back turns 1, turns 2, turns 3, and you're not able to dig through to like turn 4 or 5 to start scoring some primary, you take this secret mission, it helps you make up those points you lost early in the game. I guess that maybe that's another one where the Shatter Cohesion or something where you control all those spots is if you're walled in and you know you're going to dig through eventually, it just helps you make up the VP you possibly lost early in the game. So I can see there's a lot of lists that like to do that to people, try to pin them in. So I can see this coming up big in a lot of those games. But that's pretty much it for the secondary, or not the secondary, the secret missions. All of these have so many secondary secret. They tongue twist me sometimes. But that's it for the secret missions of the pamphlet. I wanted to keep this video short. Please like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys next time.